What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. As you guys can see, the aspect of my background has changed. I did basically a complete renovation. Not complete renovation, my room is very partial, very minimal, but let's go back to Obsbot. We're also running very late for a race. It is at 5. There are 3 minutes remaining. For me, it is currently 4:57. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the preset was changed slightly. But more so that it wasn't zoomed in. Yeah, I thought it was weird that it hadn't reset. Oh, okay, dang. What does that look like on the gameplay? Do y'all like that one more? I might start running that one. But I will register for the race. F4 at Summit Point. I was able to set a 109 in practice this morning. But yeah. The wider one I like a lot. But not for over here. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah. There's what I want to show you guys. Let me move my camera. I bought a Red Bull shelf, which is sick. It cost me $30. It was an absolute steal. I got it from a super nice guy on Marketplace. So yeah, just super super cool stuff. I want to see if there's like a good angle for this. I don't even know. I might just go back to preset 1 just because I know that that works and like my head is in the frame. I like that y'all can see this the steering wheel and all. That's good. Let's join practice. F4, it's not gonna be, I think, super competitive. I've already raced here before at Summit Point in the F4, so I was able to pretty quickly find what what is at least my limit, not the absolute limit yet, because the absolute limit I believe is like a 106.9 or like a 107.1. That's what I think the world record is at right now. But yeah, I was able to find it very quickly. Also because I drove Summit Point yesterday. If you guys remember, we drove GT3 in the rain at Summit Point yesterday. That really helped us a lot. And then we also just I've driven Formula 4 here before. It's like once you learn a track, if you guys ever try out sim racing and like you guys get to if you guys ever actually how do I put this? Take sim racing, I don't want to say seriously because then it sounds like I'm being mean. I want to say like to my level at least, right? To where because I want to become a pro driver. So I spend around 2 to 3 hours a day practicing on the sim and then streaming upon that time. So like I'm saying like once you start getting to the points where you're looking for the last tenth of a second, once you get to that point, once you learn a track, you can leave for a little while, come back, and I'm talking leave like 3 4 weeks pass by, you can come back in the on the same track on the same car, and you somewhat remember, oh, I was braking. Especially if you do a lot of laps, like I'm talking a lot. You start getting muscle memory, and then you're like, oh, brake here. I remember I had to brake here, lift here, accelerate here. All of that stuff, it starts to come back to you somewhat naturally. So that's what really happened. Like, I think when I was racing at Summit Point, I was setting a 108, but I am setting sub 1 minute 10 um laps, and I will join qualifying because practice has already ended, or practice is about to end for the official race session. But yeah, just overall, I can really find some time here. I did look at some track guides. That's kind of how I practice or orient myself, but I also looked at some coaching videos because that really, really helps, especially in these higher end classes. But yeah, the reason we are not racing GT3 is because I would have had to buy another track. And it's not that I don't have the money to buy it. It's just if I have the opportunity to not spend, I'd rather not spend because I'm not the richest person in the world. I'll say this right now, I'm not getting paid from YouTube. This is still a building community. But yeah, it'd mean a lot for those of you guys who are watching to subscribe to me and follow me on all of my socials, please. It would help a lot. And it takes us closer to getting to my dream and our entire channel's focus of getting to Formula 1 and GT3, all from sim racing with zero karting background. But yeah, there's a minute 40 left in practice. I'm gonna jump in already, just see what it's all about. Huge lockup on the guy in front. Save that little slide. Flat out through here, but our tires are overheated. Car is very slidey. We have 20 seconds left of practice. Like I said, a 9.4, so we are, I think, on pace to beat the leader. Huge lockup on the guy in front again. Practice was good. The car feels good. I was gonna drive Okayama on the Formula 4 Asia Championship, but Okayama, like the setup, because it's a fixed setup, so per racetrack or per race week, the setup changes depending on the track, and it would be a fixed setup for that track. The Okayama setup, there is like basically zero downforce on the rear. I can really like make that thing turn. The rear is so loose, but to be honest, I kind of like the car like that, kind of loose. So it wasn't too bad, but it was definitely like I'd rather race Summit Point because I didn't have too much time to practice yesterday since I streamed, and that was basically the only hour I got to practice. But yeah, qualifying is starting. We got 3 laps, 1 warm-up, 2 push laps, and then it's off to the race for 15 minutes. And then I was gonna drive the production car challenge, but it started, I think, at the 30s. It wouldn't have started yet, so I would jump into qualifying. I am going to throw the microphone over here. I'll try not to talk too much because I really want to concentrate on this, but I might talk still if we end up spinning out or something. why they call it a warm-up lap.
Green flag, green flag. Okay, here comes your first time lap. One more lap.
I set a 109.4 during practice this morning, and I was only able to set a 110. It is everybody setting a 108, 108. It is very competitive out there, and we're starting 17th, which is dead last. Okay, I will say this from right now. I am not going to do the last lap because we already ruined it. They only give you 2 push laps. The second one, I pushed the cart way too far on that first corner, and it just didn't. Like, I have my brake bias set more towards the rear. But yeah, what happened? I was able to set a 194, which a 194 still would have been pretty slow, apparently. It would have put us 16th. That we are not starting dead last. We are starting 18th of 21, which is a lot. It's like it takes a lot, but also I only have like a couple laps of practice, but it is going to be one of those races where I gradually throughout the race I find more and more speed, and as I attack more and more people, I will find more and more speed, but it is going to be definitely a very interesting race. I remember the first race that I did here, a whole lot of people crashed. So that's also going to be a big thing. I don't think it's going to be too much elbows out racing because we do want to finish the race and complement our I rating because our I rating has taken a big toll, especially on the formula category for various reasons, more so the Miami Autodrome races that really ruin your I rating. Those things, it's almost impossible to finish that race without dying. So, yeah, but it does appear we're starting now 18th out of 21st. People are finding speed, but I do think qualifying's about to end. Yeah, I do think qualifying's about to end. But also, there's only a minute 30 left. Oh, okay. Somebody just started driving again, but whole lot of drivers from all over the world. See, we got somebody from Argentina, United States, Brazil, England, Argentina, United States, Colombia, Portugal, France, Ukraine, Ireland, and Scotland, Spain, Portugal, Brazil, USA, Mexico. Is that Dominican Republic? Oh, I really gotta get out of the bottom spots. But it is very competitive. That is the thing. I genuinely think if we were on the lower rookie categories, that I know you can't race Formula 4 in rookies, but if you could, I think a 110 would have possibly been up there in the top 10. But it's just like everybody's setting around the same lap time, a 108.2, 108.5, 108.5. Especially within the 108s, there are multiple in the 800s and the 900s. And then the 900s is absolutely wild. I just saw this. Look, 10th place, 109.008. 11th is a 109.009. 1 millisecond separates 10th from 11th. That could have been an identical lap time. I don't know what they would have had to do to identical lap time the thing, but qualifying is ending in 5 seconds, which basically means like another 30 seconds of stuff. But yeah, very good drivers starting right now. It'll definitely be an interesting race. I'm gonna wait till a lot of them grid and then I'll grid just because I'm gonna take off the results. We are starting 19th of 21. All right, I'm gonna move the microphone again, like over there, so I can still talk, but I don't have to like move my head this way. I'll still like, so it's not an obstruction in my vision. But yeah, I'm gonna grid. It's gonna be a great race.
The estimated strength of field is 1,320. A lot of opportunities today. Head down. Pick your battle.
I think the last guy just gridded.
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid. Green flag, green flag. Left side. Still there, hold your line. Clear.
Who goes flat out to that corner? Nobody goes flat out to that corner. Who goes flat out to that corner?
All the damage is repairable.
Yeah, all the damage is repairable. Is it worth it to? It is very much worth it to repair. There's a lot left in the race for us to give, but we're ending. We're ending better than where we started, at least, because a lot of people were taken out. But this guy came in like a rocket and took like 4 people out. But it shows we're now 17th, which is an improvement. 18th. We're now 18th. But what was that? I mean, I can hear the cars passing. We're lapped already. But yeah, this is why, like, it's better to drive with pro drivers than it is to drive with these rookie drivers, because even though we're out of rookies, a lot of these people also just got out of rookies. It always feels like the longest hour, like minute 30, whenever you're in the pits. There's a car coming in for a drive-through penalty. Get ready to go. It's gonna change my tire, so it's gonna take another like 20 seconds.
We're done. Get going.
We're now 20th. And one lap behind.
Slow car ahead. Car stopped ahead. Car stopped ahead. Go right. Go right. There's an incident ahead.
Multiple incidents everywhere.
The car in C1 just left the fastest lap. 8.088. Right side. Stay on the left.
Push me out wide. We have the slipstream though, and I can attack.
Go left.
That was crazy. People locking up everywhere. I don't know whose car this is. I want to like see if it's faster traffic. Maybe we can attack if it's not faster traffic.
New fastest lap for you.
He seems to keep locking up on turn like 6 and 8. So those should be... The debris on the road makes it slippery through there. The race chat is lighting up. Somebody's mad. Now I was the one with the lockup. The leader's running a slow lap. My fastest lap was a 109.94. We're still 19th. Oh, huge crash up ahead. I saw two cars collide. Or maybe they were just attacking. We're 18th.
14, just in front.
So this is raceable traffic. Okay, let's turn around. white flag next time around.
The leader is running 8.741.
That was close.
Car in C3, just set the fastest lap, 8.065.
Somebody's going in for a penalty or something.
White flag.
White
Safe
flag.
move.
We're 18. So slight improvements. Checkered flag, checkered flag.
Alright, there's checkered flag. Okay, we'll get him next time.
Horrible race start. But we made up for it. We started 19th, we finished 18th. But I want to see that replay. What happened on the first lap? Because, like, it was going so well. This isn't lap 1. Oh, this is during qualifying. So look, this is what I wanted to show y'all. My race start wasn't that good at all. Well, actually, it was decent. Look, I am at 6,000 RPM. I go into first gear and I burn out, but then my mistake was lifting to gain traction. You're supposed to do that, but then I immediately dropped down to last place. These guys were braking way too early, and I immediately saw these two fighting. So we're now what, 17th, 19th again. That guy braked super early. I was able to pass him. He kind of went out, and then what car even was that? Look, we all brake here. That I was hesitant to even like. What comes like a torpedo? Look, standard race knowledge is that you try not to push hard on the first lap. Like this guy's using racing braking markers you're supposed to be aware of the other cars around you. Because then stuff like this happens. Like, who is that? How do I go to the driver before? Aaron Delgado? You're not, like, what is this? Driving like I'm not there, which is exactly what he did. Look at this. Dang, it sucks that I can't see his inputs because. Okay, so initially I can see that he's braking right here. He just knocked my car everywhere. What happened to him after this? Did he get crashed into? Did he finish the race? I think he crashed after. Oh, so he was chasing Senna's car. Is that Senna? No, this ain't. But yeah. Just fast lap after fast lap. Let's see what damage that did to our safety rating. Ooh, I rating went down 64, but our safety rating did change. That's very, very good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I will drive some other cars. Hello, sweetheart. How is it going? Oh, thank you for being here, my beautiful girl. I am going to race something else. If I can race something else, I will race something else. I don't know why the chat, I feel like it's been delayed. Like my computer's up here. Let me see. How many viewers do we have? We have one viewer. Thank you for being here, my pretty girl. Well, at least I know I have one person in there. All right. I think we might just. Let me see. What is. Uh, so I don't know what this is at all, but what I will race, I'll say that we will race the MX-5 tomorrow because I'm now streaming every day. So I will be streaming the MX-5 race tomorrow because it is at a racetrack that I've always wanted to drive. We can race this one. It is an endurance championship, but it's 2 hours. And I have no team currently. I know 2 hours is usually like a shift for an endurance race, but I would like to join a team for this year, especially trying to run the 24 hours of Spa, all of those 24-hour races. But this is I was gonna drive Okayama, which is Japanese racetrack. This one, the setup for this week at Okayama, it is extremely low downforce on the rear, and I think high downforce on the front because I can give it any amount of steering and it will just immediately go that way. Like I really like the setup. I can see why because Max Verstappen's car is always like he likes a loose rear end. I can definitely see why that setup is a good especially my driving style is also very aggressive. So was I think Senna's. Senna's also I think he liked the loose rear. It was usually like I like oversteer prone cars. And that is one of those like where if you're turning this way, your steering wheel is going to be pointing that way. Just because you're counter steering throughout the entire corner. And those are the cars that I really like. But where is the MX-5? I know it's around here somewhere. I can drive it. Because there's also the production car challenge. I'll stream this one on Thursday. It's at Summit Point, and it's a multi-class. It is BMW MX-5 GR86 and the Clio Cup. But yeah, there's also TCR. TCR is also very, very fun. It is the Elantra, and I was brought into TCR racing. Not brought in, like introduced to TCR racing by Suelio Almeida. Just because he races TCR now. So that really introduced me to that. But yeah, just really, really cool stuff. I do want to show you guys something. If you guys can tell, I don't know if you guys can tell. Um, there used to be a seat behind me. Like there's no seat. Like There's this one. I know y'all can see that one. But there was this seat, and then there was the seat of my flight simulator back there. It's no longer there. I will open it up over here. If you guys like, let me, yeah, let me move that. This is absolutely sick. Right there, it is a very cool Red Bull, like, it's a Red Bull shelf, which is very, very sick. And right there are the colognes that I resell, which is also super, super cool. But specifically the Red Bull thing, and I got it for a steal, $30 for that. And I'm gonna show you a comparison. So for comparison, I am 5'7". So once I stand right next to it, you guys can get a feel for how tall it is. Okay. It's pretty tall. It is like it is pretty dang tall, and I got it for an absolute steal of $30, which is super super cool. I have also some little Fast and Furious cars at the top. I have a whole bunch of those. I also have four right here, but I really like this camera angle. I will be using this more, especially now streaming is getting into a bigger part of my life. I will be streaming more. But yeah, that just gives you guys a comparison. I'm 5'7". I don't know. I think that things like, I don't know exactly how tall. But yeah. Also, my camera's just absolutely sick. I can like, boom, get real close, then get real far. Can also move it around. Over here's like my entire wall of stuff, which is very, very cool. And then I didn't even know I could move it this far this way. That is my that's my steering wheel. Yeah. I didn't know I could move it this far actually. But look, that's my steering wheel. This is one of my monitors. That's my PC up there. It is a very capable little camera. Very, very cool stuff. I will put it back to the preset that I have it at. Normally, let's drive something. Okay, now my camera's moved. Go down. There we go. We won't be driving TCR because I don't own the cars. But I know I really want to race some on the MX-5 because the MX-5 is at Charlotte Motor Speedway this week. And I don't know why the Meets NPR, give me sports car. Whenever you put Meets NPR, it limits you to certain, not limits you, but doesn't show you everything. This one, Charlotte Motor Speedway. See, it is very, very cool racetrack. And I really want to drive this one because it's like, I'm not gonna compare it to Daytona. Like if it was the oval track, I would definitely compare it to Daytona. To me, every oval track is the same. I don't follow NASCAR, nor do I really like it that much. Oval racing to me is pretty boring, unless it's IndyCar. If it's IndyCar, I'm somewhat for it because they drive on road courses. But this one, what I like about it is that it's like a whole lot of speed, brake. This is kind of like the bus stop chicane at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And then right here is just brake, accelerate, and then this one specifically, like the Daytona 24-hour format goes all the way out here, brakes in, you go this way, and then you come back over here, and then again you're turning this way, you brake, and then you come back out, and then you do all this, and then there's the little bus stop chicane. It's not similar, but it's definitely some aspects are there, especially this little bus stop chicane. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. That I'm really, really liking that shelf. Also, I changed up a whole bunch of stuff. Like I have a drawer right there by my closet, and then there's a 26-inch space. I measured it. It's 26 inches and 26 and 3/4. I'm gonna make because they don't. I want to put a desk there. There's a space between my shelf and my drawer. I'm gonna build a shelf to put it there, just because this computer, it is very very capable. It is Intel Core i7 vPro 4790, which I know is a very old CPU, but it's very comparable to today's i5 8500. Or I think it's stronger than the i5 8500. But i5, it has the i7 4790, 24 gigabytes of RAM, 1.5 terabytes of SSD storage. So yeah, just very very capable. But I'm gonna build a desk over there because I need, like, how do I put it, like a computer to edit on and like to post videos on, because this is absolutely capable. But if I want to edit videos, it's like, if I want to edit videos, I have to be sitting in my seat right here, and there's not a lot of space for a keyboard and mouse right here. Well, let me check before we start. All right, well, ain't no thing. It is, I know it's pretty, not late, but it is definitely later than I would usually stream. I know for some of y'all, a lot of my audiences are in different time zones, so I know for some of y'all it could be very very late. To me it's 5:45, but I know for some of y'all it's 6:45, I think, and for some of y'all it might be 4:45. But here in Texas, it is 5:45 and it is already completely dark outside. No, actually it's not. I have blackout curtains. But yeah, as you guys can see, Spec Miata, that's what it's all about. Do I have paddle shifters? Oh, it just doesn't really count them then. I thought it was like a guy moves down and moves the shifter type deal, but it ain't. But yeah, let me do a couple laps and then I'll see what I think about the car, the racetrack, and all. I know the pit exit is a very difficult thing on this, so. Okay. Let me
You've got some damage. Let's get that fixed.
reset the car. I don't know where the pit exit is, so I exit through over there, but I don't even know if that's the correct race spot. I think it is. It's just that it's so narrow. But yeah, tires are very cold, so they will spin almost immediately if you try to trail brake a little bit. See, like that. So, let me see what the Rainmaster GT3 race is going to be running, because I want to have. Yeah, there's my car. I think also I could have saved that spin, but I went back on the throttle a little bit, which was somewhat of a mistake, especially from right there. But it's because I want to see where GT3 is driving, because I want to know what I need to buy, because I will be racing the MX-5 and the Production Car Challenge and Formula 4 all throughout the next week. Like this week, and then Saturday we'll do something like, Saturday will be like a day for streaming, but like for fun stuff. Something like, Something like, I don't know, I'll play Ride 5 or I'll play like Assetto Corsa or some other game, Rocket League maybe. But yeah, it's because the LMP2 is still a long time. Rainmaster. Right now it's Autodromo Jose Carlos Oh, shoot. Dang. It's Interlagos? Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. We're gonna be racing down tomorrow. I didn't know it was Interlagos. You only get a couple chances to race at Interlagos, and whenever you get that chance, you take it. February 9th is, yeah, it's a week, and that's Mount Panorama, Alton Park, and Portland International Raceway. This is absolutely crazy. I remember whenever we started racing that there were like weeks and weeks left. Right now, there's 4 weeks left till March 2nd, which means I know that there's less than like 30 days till the first Formula One race of the season, which is great. It's like, I don't know. It's just like throughout the Formula One season, Formula One becomes like part of your life. Like you're like, oh, Thursday's practice. No, Friday's practice, Saturday's qualifying, Sunday's the race. But then the season ends and you're like, oh, Thursday's a Thursday, Friday's a Friday, Saturday's a Saturday. There's nothing like, there's not, and then Sunday's a Sunday, right? But yeah, a cool thing about this is that once this season ends, so if I go to Formula 4 or Formula Car in general, the season will end on March 2nd. But whenever the next season comes out for iRacing, we will be following the Formula One calendar. So that'll definitely be something very fun that we can do. I think I might stream that like Monday, Saturday, and it'll be like, oh, Formula One race, because it's one of those like if we follow the Formula One calendar, because again, Formula One doesn't race every week. Sometimes it'll be like a triple header, and for Formula Four, it'll also continue to be a triple header. But a lot of times it'll be like the first race is on March 8th, and I think the next one is until the 23rd or something. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have the dates engraved in my mind, but yeah, it'll be like Formula 1 race is on the calendar, and then little street circuits or whatever circuits is chosen upon the Moza Formula 4 challenge, and then we will continue to race upon that. It was supposed to rain today, and it didn't end up raining, which was kind of disappointing. Usually, it doesn't rain a lot in Texas at all. But actually, tornado season's about to start. Tornado season starts in like January, February, March. It's like from March to August to like September or something. But April showers bring May flowers. I don't know. It's like it starts raining a lot in April and May and June. Like so that it's always something to look forward to. Okay. It I hit the mouse on accident. Yeah, absolutely great stuff. I will end the stream there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on all of my socials, Instagram, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, TikTok. Thank you to my beautiful sweetheart for watching my streams and everything. Thank you for being here. I know it's somewhat late where y'all live, so thank you to everybody who supports me on all of this. I stream every day now, so come back tomorrow and subscribe to me. I posted some YouTube shorts, and to me, they were pretty funny. So I hope that that brings a smile to y'all's face as well. I had like 600 views from the last time that I saw it. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.